Guys, if you come across a situation whereby, let's say for an example, one of your children misbehave, or one of your brother, cousin, one of your siblings, they misbehave in a manner that you were not expecting them to behave. And then all of you talk about it. But you all know that there is only one person who have the right to punish this person. And that would be our Father. But unfortunately, our Father is not around. Our Father is in journey or service mission, which he might not be able to react right now. But what about we try to call him? Then you call your father. You tell them that, no, Dad, look, your son or your daughter, they have done 1, 2, 3, 4. What can we do right now? Because like it's not good for the family, and this is a serious allegations against these brothers or sisters of ours. So what can we do? And the father is like, no, you guys should wait for me to come back. In meantime, the so-called son or child who's involved in these allegations, they are free. They are living their life like nothing happened. And since you've been all waiting for your father to come back from the journey which he went, when he came back, instead of addressing these matters, he's starting first like touching left and center, occupying with other stuff, and leaving this matter behind, regardless of how you guys you see this as an emergency problem which need to be addressed as soon as possible, so that the reputation of the entire family should not be affecting, or the family business should not be affected. But yet your father act like this is not a priority. There's other many more priority. And when it's about time for him to react, well, he end up reacting differently by taking the same problem to give that responsibility which was assigned to him as a head of the house. He gave it to some other people whom he put in charge, that they should do up a follow-up to investigate more further about these matters. How will you feel about it? What will be your reactions? I believe you have an idea of whom I'm talking about. Of course, I'm talking about President Ramaphosa. As you all know that these matters concerning the Minister of Police, this corruption issue, it is something which has been like up there on the top topic. And everyone have been talking about it. And everyone, they were looking forward to hear what the head of the state, President Ramaphosa, who's the father of the nation, have to say concerning this matter. The different politicians, they came with different opinions, they put them on the tables. But again, I don't want to say much. President Ramaphosa, he came and said this.
Lieutenant General MKHWANAZI also said that a police investigation by the task team that was operating in Gauteng unmasked a syndicate controlled by a drug cartel, which involves politicians, law enforcement officials from the South African Police Service, Metro Police, Correctional Services, prosecutors, and the judiciary, as well as business people. The allegations made in this media briefing raise serious concern around our Constitution, the rule of law, and national security. These allegations, if proven true, threaten to undermine the confidence of South Africans in the ability of the South African Police Service to protect them and to effectively fight crime and corruption. South Africans are concerned about corruption and the rise of criminality in our country, which manifests itself in the killing of innocent people, gender-based violence, gang violence, kidnappings, construction mafia criminality, and in many other ways. As we intensify the fight against crime, it is vital that we safeguard the integrity and credibility of the police and other law enforcement agencies. These allegations, therefore, call for an urgent and comprehensive investigation. To address these allegations and the implications of these allegations, I'm establishing a judicial commission of inquiry that will be chaired by Acting Deputy Chief Justice. The commission will investigate allegations relating to the infiltration of law enforcement, intelligence, and associated institutions within the criminal justice system by criminal syndicates. Among the allegations that the Commission may investigate are the facilitation of organized crime, suppression or manipulation of investigations, inducement into criminal actions by law enforcement leadership, commission of any other criminal offenses, and intimidation, victimization or targeted removal of whistleblowers or officials that are resisting criminal influence.
First of all, what President Ramaphosa did, or what he said in his speech, he sent the Minister of Police in a special leave. Minister, I'm sure by now, he can even relieve himself. He can even go in a public holiday somewhere there, maybe in overseas, and just relax in the meantime, because he's been given a special leave. That's the first things which President Ramaphosa did. Secondly, he gave this responsibility to a special cabinet or a group of people who will have to sit down and do up a proper follow to see whether these allegations are real or not. And that is something which left many people talking about it, starting from the opposition political parties, DA.
I think South Africans were probably expecting a little bit more than what was announced this evening. Nevertheless, MCHUNU is out, an acting police minister in his place, and I think that we welcome the fact that this investigation can go on now without fear of interference.
Followed by the EFF, which has to say that the special leave is not enough because Minister MCHUNU should have been fired with an immediate fact.
He must remove the Minister of Police to install the confidence of our people on SAPS. It is very important that the minister goes. He is very new on the job, but already it's messed up. And his interference right at the beginning, you saw and you'll realize that this is a man who came with vested interest into the institution. We want to build confidence of that institution because it's important to fight crime. But you can't fight crime with the corrupt police officers.
Julius Malema himself even went far by telling the media that
people say Malema is not saying anything now when we don't understand why is he quiet. I'm quiet because I've been saying this. I've been saying politicians are in the pockets of drug cartels. Politicians are involved with gangsters. And that's why we cannot punish crime here, because the executive authorities that must be leading the charge against crime are actually involved with syndicates.
The MK party, they did not remain behind because they also said that
the president had an opportunity here to be decisive and be bold. Instead, he goes and puts a minister on special leave. Since when are ministers appointed within the framework of the Labor Relations Act? I mean, ministers are politically appointed. So to go and put a minister on special leave, what does that mean?
With all these different opinions that you get to see from the different political parties within the South Africa politics, with different people maybe you have come across through your work of place or school or any other activities that you have been doing during the day, and as you get to engage yourself in the conversation of different people, you can tell already on how people are having different opinions. What is yours? We are looking forward to see that. Tell us in the comment section. tell us also what you think about what President Ramaphosa have done. Was it a good decision or a bad decision? But we're looking forward to see what you have to tell us about that. President Ramaphosa is the head of the state, is a father, is someone who knows what is best for the nation. Regardless of what he took as a decision, I believe he have his own reasons. But come to think of it on our side, I believe that, personally, I believe that this matters, it's being treated in a very lightly ways. Because if you listen to MKHWANAZI's statement in that press conference, he said very well that
dockets that were under investigation were taken away from the task team as directed by a Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, a Lieutenant General Sibia, who was acting on the instruction of the Minister of Police to disband the team.
The police, they are not only corrupt by the different cartels in the countries, but they are also working with the judges, so that whenever the matter, the problem managed to reach to the courts, they get to be stopped by the judges because they are all working together. And he mentioned a couple of corruptions which have took place so far from different companies with different individuals, from one tender to another tender. Stop short. You guys, you know what happened. I don't want to mention everything, so let's make it short today. But guys, this is something we're supposed to be needing a serious actions to act within a brutal way. If anyone is innocent, then only time will tell. And if this person, they will need to be recompensated because of their being blamed for something they did not do it, well, the government will have to assume that responsibility. But by then, the government had sent already a strong message to everyone out there that no, we're not going to tolerate any nonsense. But President Ramaphosa, he decided to bring up this query, and they will have to go and start investigating. And we know this is something that's not going to take 3 months or 6 months. These things can go like this even a year. I can give you an example like the one of Busisiwe Mkhwebane. How long did it take before they concluded? The one of Zondo, how long did it take? So you can tell that this is another long process. For me, I believe, which is just there to distract the people of South Africa, so that by the time you guys, you open your eyes, it will be too late. It will be already maybe 2026, whereby now they have to be having elections, or maybe 2029, another elections, and the matter, it will be buried just like that. So I don't know why, but to think of it, today people are seeing MKHWANAZI coming forward with these allegations. But there is one person, whether we like him or not, whether we agree with him or not, he had saw all this coming. He saw it and did not keep quiet about it. He spoke about it in the parliament. Yes, I'm talking about Julius Malema. Back then, this is what Julius Malema have to say concerning the corruption within the police.
Several occasions called on the president to release the clever minister who has always shown up for cameras all the time there is a crime scene, with an intention of arresting wrong people and mess up the crime scene and mess up the case. Today we speak, crime has gone very high in South Africa in all respect. We don't even want to talk about GBV. We don't want to talk about cash in transit haste. We don't want to talk about contact crime, because the leadership of the police is in cahoots with the criminals. The only way we can be defeated in dealing with crime is only when the leadership of the police is working with criminals. The leadership of the police works with drug lords. The leadership of the police works with Nkabis. The leadership of the police is in the payroll of hitmen and women of this country. The leadership of the police actually planned the assassination of our deputy president, a matter that we brought to the attention of the president. But I'm using this example to demonstrate to you that the leadership of the police is working with criminals. And for as long as the leadership of the police is working with criminals, we will never defeat crime in this country. It is the responsibility of the so-called president to remove Honorable Begitele with immediate effect, because he has failed the people of South Africa. What happened to our artist, DJ Somebody, AKA, will never get to know, because the police and higher echelons of the police are in cahoots with the criminal syndicate. We cannot fight crime well led by criminals. We must first get rid of criminals in order to defeat crime. May AKA's soul rest in peace and haunt all of these people who have made it so difficult for him to live long.
Honorable Malema, don't you really think that it should be all the members, all the honorable members, all the honorable members? Now, honorable members, don't you think it should be advisable that when you have to make such serious allegations, we stick to what the rules of Parliament provide for? In other words, that you come here with a motion and the motion gets debated so that indeed all the issues that you are related get considered and engaged by members of Parliament.
Chair, I'm debating. When we stand up during the president's speech, we are told you raise that point in debate. When we raise the point in debate, something else is being said. It means we'll never contribute in this house. I'm not saying anything against anyone. I'm just telling you the fact that we ought to fight criminality in the police. And if the shoe fit, wear it, because it's the truth.
Now, guess when this was said? That was in April 2023. Isn't it a couple of years ago? And I believe MKHWANAZI was not even in the position which he is today. And Julius Malema had revealed these things. So now, you understand why I'm saying these matters are being treated in a very lightly ways. Because when these kind of allegations they are being raised already, not anywhere else but in the Parliament of South Africa, this should be a big warning for the government and the leadership of the country to start doing up a proper follow-up to know exactly, is this just a political statement or is it something which we can pay attention to? But unfortunately, looking at how things are sitting on the table right now, we can all agree that no one was following this. Regardless of how many times South Africans can cry out there on the street saying that, no, look, we're not safe, look, police is being corrupt, look, this and that, no one was paying attention to this kind of matters. I believe back then, people such as Julius Malema, seeing them talking like this or sounding in such manner, of course, they were being seen like people who just bark too much and without doing anything about it. But today, words which was said a couple of years ago, it had become the reality and the topic which everyone they're talking about. So whether we like it or not, at least we can both agree that Julius Malema have said the truth concerning that part. Now, what President Ramaphosa have taken as a decision, we will just wait and see what will happen next. Whether it's going to succeed with this commissioner that they have put in place in order for them to reveal the truth, or whether there will be something else that can happen. I believe it's just a matter of time for us to wait and see what will happen. Guys, I think that is all for today. Thank you so much for your time to participate in this family gathering that we have prepared for you today. discussing the matters that happen in the country and what took place last weekend. We are looking forward to see you again in our next video. But before you leave, do us a favor. We are please begging you to like this video in your numbers so that it can be recommended to many more people out there. And if you find something beneficial and you would like to hear from us in our next video, well, it's very simple. You just have to click that subscribe button so that whenever we're here live, you'll be able to join us and engage with us in the conversation. So I think that will be all for tonight. I really do appreciate your time. For now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.